Hi guys, welcome to Adam McKola TV. I'm Adam. This is the preview for Manchester United against Bournemouth. Now, where do I start here? Because I'm not going to lie, that defeat against Manchester City is still in my chest. I'm not going to lie. It's still nagging me a little bit. I was fuming after that game on Sunday inside. I felt really disappointed, really angry. But ultimately, I just felt like we didn't do enough in the game. Like, if we lost and we did everything we could, then it's understandable. But it just felt like we played within ourselves. And that is what disappointed me the most. After beating Watford, after beating Arsenal, two games that you thought if we win these, we go into that Manchester derby in great condition, in great position to make the most of it. And then to come out and go down without a whimper was really, really annoying. And it really affected me, not going to lie. But the games are coming thick and fast. It's the festive fixture list. It's the Christmas period. I love this time of year in football. And United, the fans, myself, everybody, we've kind of just got to shake it off now and keep going. It's going to take a miracle for us to get above Manchester City with the way they're playing at the moment. And 4 games being the difference. Are we going to win 4 more games than them this season? The way it's standing now, probably not. So, yes, it's annoying, but we've got to block all that out of our memory and focus on ourselves and aim to go on another good run again. We need to get a winning run under our belts now and go undefeated for a long period of time. We've got the fixtures to do it as well. And United against Bournemouth at home is a great opportunity for the players to send a message to the manager, to the fans, and say, look, we're not going to go down without a fight, because that's what we did at the weekend. And there's been fallout, obviously, talking about a tunnel fight. Now, I don't think it was a fight as such, or a scrap or anything like that was being made in the media. But as nice as it is to hear the likes of Rojo, Shaw, Lukaku, Twanzebe, etc., defending Jose Mourinho, whilst it's great to hear that, I'd rather see fight out on the pitch, to be honest. The game's gone. We've lost. I love a sore loser. I'm a sore loser. Fucking hate losing. Being a sore loser isn't a bad thing. Hating losing isn't a bad thing. But fight on the pitch, not after in the tunnel and all that. We want to see you fight on the pitch. Like, the performance wasn't good enough on the pitch. So I think we need to focus on that more than anything. We need to shake that out of our heads as well, in a sense that we need to get rid of the disappointment. Because if you keep festering this disappointment, we're just going to toss off the whole season. And we can't be doing that. Let's be real. We can't be doing that. We need to be keeping and pushing and pushing and pushing. And you never know what can happen. So, yeah, guys, this is the Bournemouth preview. I'm not going to try and be so downbeat. I am going to dive into the comments as well, so you guys can try and cheer me up. I'm going to read some of your comments out. I'm going to get your thoughts on the Bournemouth game. Going to get your thoughts on who you want to see in the starting 11, etc., etc. I'll also be giving you the team news as well. So keep it locked. You'll be with us for the next 20 odd minutes or so. We're obviously about 7 minutes in, so we'll be here till about 5:30 if you're in the UK. Wherever else you're at, we'll be there at 5:30. So, yeah, Suhel's saying we need 4 or 5 players. Lukaku has done much damage to us. Just drop him, says Af. Neil says our next tough game on paper is Spurs in January. We should try and win our games before that. I have no doubt we have to go on that kind of run. Get Ozil in January and Goretzka. I don't want to hear about signings right now. We have to go with what we got. Nigel, how you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. What's up, John D? MD's coming tomorrow. Where can I find you? We'll be opposite the Sir Alex Ferguson stand, right at the back of the stadium. So you can find us there. Look for the light. Producer Chris will have a light on top of the camera. Look for that. You'll find us. Shaw needs to start, says Cheddar. Looking forward to the Bournemouth game. Can see Lukaku grabbing some goals, says Jack. Wesley says shout out from South Africa. Shout out to you, mate. Just going to have to play for fun now. Exhibition footy, says Adam. No, it's not. It's really not. And if we think that way, we're going to drop a hell of a lot of points between now and the end of the season. Facts are, City could still hit a rough patch. Those are the facts. I know it's unlikely that they're going to lose 4 more games than us, but it's still December. And with the festive fixture list coming up, United need to be finishing top 2 anyway, regardless. So we can't be looking to fuck this season up now just because we're 11 points behind and we feel sorry for ourselves. What kind of attitude is that? RSHD Gaming says Shaw needs to start. Yes, mate. K9 says, would I drop Romelu Lukaku? Now, Romelu Lukaku has been in for an awful lot of stick after that Manchester City game. And I feel a lot of it is a bit harsh, to be fair. Now, look, he was awful for both of their goals. And he should be doing a lot better from them. And that was disappointing to see. His opportunity towards the end of the game, he has to score that. You have to score that. There's no ifs, buts or maybes. You have to score that. And he didn't. And those were big 2 parts of the game where he failed to do well in when he should have done better. And I understand the criticism for those mistakes. I understand that. But I think a lot of people have gone way over the top with Romelu Lukaku. When you think about it, that opportunity was the only one we created for him in 90 minutes at Old Trafford. We were hoofing the ball up to him all game. He was doing this throughout the whole match because the ball was just always in the air to him. Like, we have to give him some sort of supply. We have to. Also, don't drop him. Fucking destroy him, man. He's our big number 9. He's our main man up front. Yes, there's going to have to be challenges from elsewhere. But look at his performance against Watford. Look at his performance against Arsenal. He didn't score in either of those games, but he contributed to the team. And in recent weeks, I've felt his performances, apart from the City game, have been a lot better than they have been at the start of the season when he was scoring all those goals. He was scoring goals in games that he wasn't really performing in. But now he's bringing something to the team in terms of working the line, working the defence, bringing that link-up play, few assists here and there. He's doing a lot better in his all-round play, but his finishing's left him. He needs to get them both together now, and we'll have the best striker in the league again. But for us to all get on his back and all that stuff, I find it really, really sad, to be honest with you. And it shows you how knee-jerk some fans can be, how overreactive some fans can be. The same fans that were calling Victor Lindelof shite, a flop, saying he had to go, saying he wasn't good enough, saying we should never play him again, are now calling him the Iceman and calling him amazing. The same people that were saying Romelu Lukaku is the best striker in the league, worth every single penny of £75 million we paid for him at the start of the season, are now saying we need to get rid of this guy out of the first 11. Look at him, he's shit, he's awful, he's that. Why didn't we get Morata? I just think people need to chill the fuck out a little bit. It really hurt to lose against Manchester City. It did. But don't throw all the blame at Romelu Lukaku because he doesn't deserve it. And to be fair, his teammates could have helped him an awful lot more against Manchester City at the weekend. He had one fucking chance in 90 minutes at home. That isn't good enough. Sumendu says we need to do some business in January. I agree with that. Sidvic says Mickey needs to come back. Kalagio, thank you for joining us again. Kahin, I think I've said your name right, wants to see a 5-3-2. Tommy Wicken says we need another midfielder. A-Lang says we need a backbone. We've got a backbone. We've just had a lot of injuries. Bailly needs to come back in quick time. I'd like to see Bailly back. Shahab says totally agree. Cheers, mate. Jack Kanoff, how you doing? Hold on. I've just noticed what your name is. Jacking off. Just play on words, isn't it? Well done, mate. You've got me there. When Mata came on, he changed the game. Because he's comfortable on the ball, mate. Everyone was acting shit scared with the ball. The only few that were trying to play Matic, Lindelof when he came on tried to play it out. Rojo at times tried to play it out, but at other times he was just hoofing it. Like, we didn't really play the ball out. We were just hoofing it every time. He'll come good, says JLPC13. Need to move on now. We will have a chance because City's going to drop points, says... who said that? Kevin. Yes, D's back in the house. John Cap says, not a fan of Tony Martian on the left mid position. He just doesn't cross. He's a striker. He can play in that left wing position if we're playing the ball through to him. If he's picking up the ball really deep, and he's got couple man to beat. You know what I mean? This doesn't make sense. We need to get him isolating fullbacks. Kyle Walker got booked after 4 fucking minutes against United at the weekend. 4 fucking minutes. Fabian Delph's playing at left back. We didn't do nothing against them. We didn't get the ball to Martial and Rashford enough. The fuck, man. Oh, I'm still pissed off about that game, you know. Still really pissed off about that game. I need to get it out of my system. Let me just get the charger for the Mac before this whole shit shuts down. Sorry about that, guys. The Mac goes down, this whole stream goes down, and we don't want that. Martial and Rashford, both strikers. We have no wingers, says Darren Gibbs. United didn't press collectively as a unit, says Clashing in Style. That wasn't the plan against Manchester City. You press as a unit against Manchester City or any Pep Guardiola side, and they will absolutely destroy you. That is what they want. They want you to press them. They want every single player to start pressing. That's what they want. Because once you start doing that, everyone's pressing. They're just going to pop the ball around you and open you up. Easy peasy. What City did to us at the weekend, which was annoying, they went one-on-one with Herrera and Matic, and we just got isolated. We had Raheem Sterling dropping in deep, becoming an extra man, causing all sorts of problems for the defence. And whilst I don't think City are as good as some of the papers have made out, because look where their 2 goals came from. 2 goals from set pieces, 2 goals from Lukaku mistakes. We missed that chance towards the end. Herrera possibly could have had a penalty, but to be honest, I have not seen a replay of it. I've heard some people say it should have been, some people said it shouldn't have been. We could have got a point out of that game, or anything, but we wouldn't have deserved it because we didn't play well enough. City were better than us on the day, but they weren't great. That's what I'm trying to say, and that's the annoying thing. Yes, Mandy, how you doing? Star Blogger, we look like a Stoke on steroids. Peter Holmes says, talk about Milkgate. Oh, mate. It's funny. Manchester City fans and all that talking about their keeper like he's some sort of hero. He's like 20 odd. Mourinho's 54 years old. Big man, yeah? Starting in a 54-year-old man. What a hero you are, dickhead. And Mourinho's on his own in their dressing room and all the players want to pipe up. Would you have been piping up if Lukaku and Zlatan and all them man were stood there? Nope. That's why it took bare-chested Rojo to come through and show you guys about yourself. And you got Mikel Arteta going into work like this because he feels like an absolute dickhead. Don't send your money to that racist bullying kids family. Send your money to Mikel Arteta. Look at him. Stay. Right. Let's talk about Bournemouth, for fuck's sake. Manchester United against Bournemouth. It's our next game. I'm going to get up the team news. Let me get the team news up. We don't know if Marcus Rojo is going to be fit for the game yet because of the injury he had to his head, but we'll wait and see. I doubt he'll be risked having suffered a head injury within a couple of days. Jose's been saying we try to win all the time. I repeat, when you have a bad result, you don't want to have 2 bad results. We lost against Chelsea, and the next match we had to do a little bit extra to win. Chelsea last weekend, for sure they have a little bit more to give in the next match. The boss feels Sunday's derby defeat will provide extra motivation for the Reds to return to winning ways against Bournemouth. When you lose, you probably have a little bit more desire to win. Nobody likes to lose once. Nobody likes to lose twice. I think it's something that belongs to every team. Yeah, we should have tried to win against City, to be fair, and we didn't, did we? So, enough about that. The better. But Rojo might not be playing in this game, which would obviously be very, very disappointing. I absolutely love Marcus Rojo. What I liked as well about that whole thing was Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw at the whole front of the situation. Mr. Luke Shaw. Probably earned his spot in the team against Bournemouth now, hasn't he? Mourinho probably looked to the left of him and thought, yo, is that Luke Shaw on the front line? Shit. That is my left back. That is what I've been waiting for. He is my left back. And then Luke Shaw sorted it out. It was funny that after all that tunnel bust up fight, all that bollocks thing came out in the press, we had a story then follow saying Luke Shaw was staying at Man United, which was interesting. We will kill Bournemouth, says Kaheen. You're going to give us your starting 11, says Al-Amin Mia. Yes, I am. While I'm going to get that up for you guys, while you're waiting for me to get my 11 up, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button as well. That is my team. As you can see, I've left Marcus Rojo out of the side because of the simple fact that he is injured. I wouldn't be surprised to see Phil Jones come back in, but I've left Smalling and Lindelof in because I thought they finished the game well against Manchester City. I thought Lindelof looked very good anyway. Valencia and Luke Shaw, a left back, gone for Luke Shaw again. In a game that you'd expect us to spend a lot of the game attacking Bournemouth. In a game where you'd expect us again to set up with Valencia and Shaw or Valencia and Young, whoever the fullbacks are, in Bournemouth's half. You'd like to think Luke Shaw could start this game. Matic, Herrera again in the midfield. It's the only options that we have at the moment. I don't have any problems with it against Bournemouth. But against Manchester City, I wouldn't have minded seeing that 3-4-2-1 again, or even a 3 in midfield. We needed to shore up there, and we just didn't do it. Then I'd go with Lingard, Mata, Anthony, Martial, and Romelu Lukaku up top. Do not drop Romelu Lukaku. That's what I'm saying. We need to support this lad. We got the papers getting after him. We got opposition fans getting after him. Fucking support him, man. Jeez. He's our top goal scorer this season. Use that going on like he scored 3 goals. The only thing we need to get in the summer is a Pogba substitute, says Joker. Jagart says we should try Matic and Mata. It wouldn't work in a 2, mate. It just wouldn't work in a 2. But that's the reason why I picked Mata, because Mata likes to drop a little bit back to cover, and he can help link up the play as well. I would have liked to have seen him start against Manchester City, to be fair. Thought Jesse Lingard was one of our better players. He's been very, very good for a week, but maybe I would have liked to have seen Mata started instead. That's nothing against Jess. Can man keep the default quiet though, says D. Did you see his goals the other day? Who did Bournemouth play again? Crystal Palace. His second goal, that little dink. Ooh, amazing. Defoe's a baller, to be fair. He's been scoring goals for fun forever. But United have never really had a problem with him. And I can imagine Lindelof and Smalling, Jones and Rojo being able to deal with him. Keep him at arm's length. And that midfield area, make sure that the likes of Harry Arter and that don't get a chance to put the ball through. They got pace too. The likes of Jordan Ibe and Cole can play. I think Callum Wilson. They got a few players that got a bit of pace in them, so we need to keep an eye on that. But I don't know, will Defoe start for them away from home? He started 2 days ago, so will he start today? Not too sure. Not today, Wednesday. Not too sure at all. Harsh says the title race isn't over. It was funny to me that Manchester City had confetti in their changing rooms. It's fucking December, guys. Still 20-odd games left and you got confetti. You may win the league. It's looking very likely you'll win the league. But confetti in December, can tell they're a small club. Mata has to play. We lack the link-up play, says Yus. Lukaku scored 8 goals and 3 assists. The only thing I'm happy about is Arsenal and Liverpool drawing, says Gamer. P. Bassi, how you doing, mate? He says, got a feeling Jones will start. I know, I think that as well. I think that's one mistake in my lineup. Wouldn't be surprised if Smalling and Jones. Get Herrera out for Mkhitaryan. You guys are mad. Like, I understand maybe not Herrera starting, but someone said take Herrera out and put Mata in alongside Matic. Someone said Mkhitaryan. Do you want us to get slapped in midfield by Bournemouth? Do ya? Fucking hell. You want to play Matic on his own a one Matic on its own with a 4 at the back. Bring back Fosu and Pereira, says Borshabez. I agree with that as well. I would like to see Fosu and Pereira back at Manchester United because I miss those guys, man. Top players as well. And they would have got a chance. We know they would have got a chance this season. Bournemouth's top goal scorer is actually Callum Wilson. Jermaine Defoe's behind him. He's got 3 goals this season. 228 minutes per goal for Jermaine Defoe. 180 minutes per goal for Callum Wilson. Josh King, who used to play for Manchester United, at least in the reserves, has got 3 goals for them as well. So their goals are shared out a little bit, although they don't score many goals to Bournemouth. Let's be real there. Bournemouth aren't great, are they? Where they're sitting in the league at the moment. Bournemouth sitting 14th in the league. They've won 1 game in their last 5 away from home. Their record is 2 wins, 2 draws, 4 defeats. Those 2 wins came against Newcastle and Stoke. They've lost against Tottenham as well. So Bournemouth are a team that we should be beating. But look, we know shoulds and woulds and coulds and all that bollocks don't mean anything. And we have to go out and do it on the pitch. 11 points behind now. The table looks absolutely awful to look at. If City was to drop points this week, I'd be fuming because of the fact that I'd be thinking, oh, now it should be 3 points. Now it should be, oh, it's going to do my head in. I hate thinking of, why are you doing this to me, United, man? Fucking league's nearly over in fucking December. Gotta keep going though, man. I gotta keep positive. Gotta keep positive. United have gotta keep going. We got to keep looking for the points. We got to keep getting the wins. I remember after that Chelsea defeat last season, we managed to go on a run of wins where, well, a run of undefeated, an undefeated streak, a lot of draws in there. But if we can do that again this season and get a lot of those turning into wins, you never know what can happen. We need to keep focused. We need to keep positive. We need to keep going. We're Manchester United at the end of the day. It's what we do. And we've been spoilt as fans. So for us now to like abandon the team because we're having a bad time would be a little bit stupid. And let's look at the thing. Let's look at United, the progress we've made under Jose Mourinho. His 2nd season in charge. We've just started his 2nd season. And whilst I'm unhappy with the way we've performed in big games this season against Liverpool, Chelsea and Manchester City, that is probably the only disappointment I've had of Jose Mourinho's career at Manchester United. Because I think he's been very, very good for the club. He's brought back that winning mentality. He's brought back Old Trafford being a fortress. Yes, I know we lost there recently. But before that, 40 games unbeaten at home, equaling a club record. We're winning big games on the road again. We're winning games on the road again. You've seen our record recently against Watford and Arsenal. The team are playing football at times, scoring goals most of the time. And I think when you look at the side that Jose Mourinho inherited, when you look at what he's getting out of some of these players, because you look at our team and you think Manchester City spent £50 million on ahead on 2 fullbacks. Manchester United are playing with 2 fullbacks that we signed to play on the wing. And like 10 years ago, they were good on the wing, and now they're playing fullback. And all credit to Valencia and Ashley Young for what they do, but we have to be brutal with our assessment of our team. And I think Jose has done a fantastic job with what he has. I just wish in those bigger games against the like of our Chelsea, Liverpool, City, we went for it a little bit more. That's the only thing. But I kind of expected that from Jose Mourinho, so I can't complain now. Can I? Or can I? I will. But just a little bit of perspective on things, because it's not all been bad under Jose Mourinho, and it'd be unfair on us to, heavily criticise them for this, because we haven't been that bad at all. So yes, it's disappointing to lose against Manchester City, but at the end of the day, we got to stand by our manager, stand by our team, stand by our club, and acknowledge the fact that the team has improved on what has been an awful 3 or 4 years. So let's stick by everybody. P. Bassi says, everybody smash the like button and get subbing Yes, guys, listen to P and do the damn thing. We're very close to 100 likes. We're very close to 43,400 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you haven't already, do us a favour. Answer, thank you for getting involved. Well, sorry, Asha Answer, thank you for getting involved. Tavia says we need to sign a match winner in January. Tian says United needs to focus on United. Yes, mate, that's what we need to do. Adam, is Fellaini fit to play tomorrow? Says Brett, not too sure, pal. Not too sure. Adam, would you play Blind in midfield? That's Arion. I don't think he will play in midfield. I'd love to see him play in midfield. I think he's got the intelligence to do it. His pace maybe lets him down. But if he had pace and movement around him, I think the intelligence and the passing ability of Blind would do us well. Number 10 needed also, says Michael Jones. Dizzy Red Devils liked and shared. Cheers, mate. Love you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And start the main man Fellaini, says Shahab. Can you get some of your score predictions in for me now, guys, as well? Remember, this is a game that Manchester United drew in last season. And I know we lost against City, and we lost against City there again this season. But most of the time this season, a lot of games we've improved on our results that we had against some teams last season. Games that we were drawing, we've won this season. The likes of West Ham, the likes of Everton, etc., etc. So this is another game that we need to win. This is another game that we need to improve on our result from last season. And I'm confident Manchester United will do just that against Bournemouth this weekend. This midweek, we've got another game at the weekend against West Bromwich Albion away, which isn't going to be easy. But with Alan Pardew now in charge instead of Tony Pulis, more confident of a result there. Guys. Score predictions, please. Mr. Red Devil says 4-0. JLPC says 3-1. Cameron Lowe says 4-0. Sohail says 2-0. Shahab says 7-0. Brad's liked the video. Thank you very much. Habib says 2-0. Rokan, who's not a United fan, thinks Bournemouth will beat us. 2-0 Lingard and Marshall, says Tavir. Shahid says 3-2. OJ says 4-1. James Cahill says 4-0. 2-0 says Tian. 4-0 says Harsh. 4-0 FC's back. Jagart says 4-0. We have a point to prove after City. And with Pogba, we will win with a trade more. Sorry to tell you this, Jagart. Paul Pogba is not available for this game. He misses this game and he misses West Bromwich Albion. And he'll be back for the Bristol City game next week. So we've got no Paul Pogba for this game or the game against West Bromwich Albion at the weekend. Uzer says 1-0. Dizzy says 3-0. True Story says 1-0. Nabil says 4-0. Kevin says, I get angry at United at times, but we're in a much better place considering what went under Moyes and Van Gaal. Kendale says 3-0. My eye's hurting. Why is my eye hurting? I had my tooth out today, but my eye's hurting. What the fuck's going on? 4-2 Lingard hat-trick. 2-0 United, says Benjamin. Yes, Ben, how you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. Yash says 2-1. Jimmy Chalmers 3-0. Kevin 3-0. And Yash, again, coming in, says 2-1. Yushian says 100-0. Lucas Ogden says 4-0 FC's back. And Timo says 1-0. David says 2-0 Rashford and Lukaku. And Noacha SJ is going for 3-0, as is Borchabez, as is Charles. And Brad Quaid's going for 2-0. Most of you are saying Manchester United are going to win this game, and I'm feeling that same kind of confidence. I'm going for 3-0 to, and Romelu Lukaku is going to grab a brace for Manchester United. And I hope all those guys that have been criticising him shut the fuck up once and for all. Guys, this has been the Bournemouth preview. I have been Adam McKola. United are back in action tomorrow, and as disappointed as we are, we have to get behind the boys. We have to get rallying again, get going again. You never know what can happen. And we've seen how Manchester City were celebrating in the dressing room at Manchester United like they've already won the league. So with that kind of attitude, you never know what's going to happen. They could fall apart if they already think they've won it. Anyway, guys, I have been Adam McKola. You guys have been absolute legends, and you've been watching the Bournemouth preview. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. I'll be live tomorrow from Old Trafford with live reaction after the game, and of course we'll have the match day vlog for you the morning after the game too. So keep it locked, keep it Adam McKola TV. Like, share and subscribe. I'm Adam McKola. I'm out of here.